arithmetic progression of class 10th mathematics, you may all have noticed that there are some things in the nature or some things in our day-to-day life that follow certain patterns, right? Similarly, these series of numbers also do follow certain patterns. Let's analyze these series. Before that, let me tell you, each number in this list or series is known as a term. That is, for example, 2 is the first term in the first series, 6 is the third term, and similarly in second series we have the third term as 40 and so on. So now let's analyze this. In the first series we have 2, 4, 6 and 8 as the first 4 given terms. We can easily predict the next term. Obviously it will be 10. How did we manage to predict it very easily? We just added 2 to each term to obtain the next term. That is 2 plus 2 gives 4. 4 plus 2 gives 6. 6 plus 2 gives 8. And for the fifth term, we added 2 to the fourth term. That is to 8 to get 10 as the next term. Now, the second series we have 100, 70, 40, 10 and so on. Here, we are subtracting 30 from each term. Instead of saying subtracting 30, we can also say that we are adding minus 30 or negative 30 to each term to get the next term. So, the next term will be minus 20, which is 10 plus minus 30 is equal to minus 20. Now, the third series is 3, 3, 3 and 3. That is, here we are adding 0 to each term to get the next term. In the fourth series, we have 1, 3, 9 and 27 as the given terms. Here, we are multiplying each term with 3 to get the next term. That is, 1 into 3 gives 3. 3 into 3 gives 9. 9 into 3 gives 27. And the next term will be 81, which is 27 into 3. Now, the fifth series is 2, 3, 5, 8 and so on. Here, we are adding 1 to the first term to get the next term. Then we are adding 2 to the second term to get the third term. Then 3 to the third term to get the fourth term. If the series goes on, the next number in the series would be 12, which is 8 plus 4 is equal to 12. That is, we have added 4 to the fourth term to get the next term. Here in these series number 1, 2 and 3 forms an arithmetic progression. Now, what is an arithmetic progression or AP? AP is a list of numbers where each term is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term to get the successive term except the first term. That is, in 1, 2 and 3, we are adding 2, minus 30 and 0 respectively to each term to get the very next term. So, these fixed number that we are adding to each term to get the successive term is known as common difference. Which is denoted by small letter d. That is, in first series we have 2 as the common difference. In second series, minus 30 is the common difference. And in third series, we have 0 as the common difference. That is, common difference can be either positive, negative or even 0. Now let's check why fourth and fifth series was not an AP. In fourth, we are not adding a number. Rather, we are multiplying a number to each term to get the next term. In fifth one, we are adding a number, but that number we are adding is not a fixed number. That is, it keeps on changing. That is, we are adding 1 to the first term, 2 to the second term, and so on. Now, let's consider an AP with first term A1, second term A2, third term A3, fourth term A4 till AM, where AM is considered as the nth term of this AP. told that we are adding a fixed number to each term to get the successive term, and that fixed number is known as the common difference. We can see that the common difference can be obtained by taking the difference of any two adjacent terms. That is, we can find the common difference as the difference of second term and the first term. And also that this difference must be equal to the difference of any two adjacent terms. That is, the difference of the second term and the first term must be equal to the difference of third term and the second term, equal to the difference of fourth term and the third term, which is also equal to the difference of the nth term and the n minus 1th term. If an is considered as the nth term of an integer, then n minus 1th term will be the term that lies just before the nth term, and these will be equal to the common difference d. That is, we can express d as the difference of ak plus 1 and ak. D is generally expressed as ak plus 1 minus ak. If ak is the kth term in an AP, then ak plus 1 is the term that is just after the kth term. Let me give an example. This is an AP with first term 3. Let the first term be denoted as A. Then A is equal to 3. Now we have to find the common difference of this particular AP. We have common difference is equal to AK plus 1 minus AK. As I have already told, AK is the kth term and AK plus 1 is the term that lies just after the kth term. If k takes the value of 3, then AK plus 1 will be fourth term, or if k takes the value of 1, then AK will be the first term and AK plus 1 will be the second term. In order to find the common difference of this AP, let us take the difference of the adjacent term, that is 6 minus 3. That is the difference of second term and the first term. It's equal to 3. You can verify that 3 will be fixed here. That is 6 minus 3 is equal to 3. 9 minus 6, that is the third term, minus the second term will be also 3. 12 minus 9 is also 3. Now let's again consider an arithmetic progression with first term A1, second term A2, third term A3, fourth term A4, and so on. It's also given that the common difference of this particular AP is D. Now let us take A1 is equal to A, so that we have our first term as A and the common difference as D. If we have the first term and the common difference, it's quite easy to form an AP, right? That is, if the first term is A, then the second term or the A2 will be equal to the first term A plus the common difference D. Also, the third term A3 will be equal to the second term, that is A2 plus the common difference D. Also, A4 or the fourth term should be equal to the third term A3 plus the common difference D. Look at these three equations now. Here we can do some substitutions, right? That is, I am substituting the value of A2 as A plus D here in this equation, so that A3 is equal to the value of A2, that is A plus D, plus D, which is already here, and now that A3 is equal to A plus 2D. Now I am substituting the value of A3 as A plus 2D here in this equation, so that A4 converts to A plus 2D, which is the value of A3, plus the D, which is already here, A plus 2D plus D, which is equal to A plus 3D. Now we have an AP with the first term A, second term A plus D, third term A plus 2D, fourth term A plus 3D, and so on. This is the general form of an arithmetic progression. Talking about the types of arithmetic progression, we have two types of AP. One is finite AP and another one is infinite AP. I hope from the name itself you have got an idea about its difference. In finite AP, we have a last term, or the number of terms in that AP will be finite or fixed. But in infinite AP, we don't have a last term, or that series will be a continuous series. Now let's move on to the next subtopic of the chapter, that is nth term of an AP. For example, if someone asks you, what is the 100th term of an AP, or say what is the 1000th term of an AP, I hope after this session you will be able to answer that. Let's consider an AP with A1 as the first term, then A2 as the second term, A3 as the fourth term, A4 as the A3 as the third term, A4 as the fourth term, till AN, where AN is the nth term of an AP. Now we have to deduce an equation where we can find the nth term of an AP. N can take any positive value. If n take the value of 10, then it will be the 10th term. If n take the value of 1000, then it will be the 1000th term, and so on. If we consider A1 is equal to A, and D as the common difference of this AP, we can write A2 as A plus D, A3 as A plus 2D, A4 as A plus 3D, and so on. This is the general form of an AP, right? Now, these three equations can be written in a different way. We can also write A plus D as A plus 1 into D. Now let me write 1 as 2 minus 1. So that A plus 1 into D becomes A plus 2 minus 1 into D. Then A plus 2D is equal to A plus 3 minus 1 into D. That is, I have written 2 as 3 minus 1, which is generally the same. Then A plus 3D is equal to A plus 4 minus 1 into D. That is, the second term is A plus 2 minus 1 into D. The third term is A plus 3 minus 1 into D. The fourth term is A plus 4 minus 1 into D. So, the 10th term will be A plus 10 minus 1 into D, or the 100th term will be A plus 100 minus 1 into D. That is, AN is equal to A plus n minus 1 into D. This is the general equation for finding the nth term. AN is the nth term of an AP. AN is considered as the general term of an AP. Also, if an AP is having total number of terms as m, or an AP is having m number of terms, AM would be the last term of that AP. We can find that with the same equation, that is AM is equal to A plus m minus 1 into D. As AM is the nth term or the last term of an AP, it is also denoted by small letter L. Now let's do a question based on the last equation. The simple question that can be asked will be finding the nth term by giving the value of n, the first term and the common difference. Let's not do that, but let's do another question. The question is, how many two-digit numbers can be divisible by 3? I repeat, how many two-digit numbers can be divisible by 3? This question also follows the same equation, that is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. In the question we have two clues. The first one is that two-digit number. The second clue is divisible by 3. So we know that the first two-digit number which is divisible by 3 is not 10, not 11, but 12. The next two-digit number which is divisible by 3 will be 15. Then it will be 18. Here there will be so many numbers. Then the last two-digit number which is divisible by 3 is of course 99. 99 is the last two-digit number, and it's obviously divisible by 3. So here we have an AP with first term 12, common difference 3, and the nth term 99. That is A equal to 12, D equal to 15 minus 12, but divisible by 3, that is D is, or the common difference is 3. Then we have nth term as 99. We just have to find what is the value of n. If n takes the value of, if there are n terms, then we can say that n number of two-digit numbers can be divisible by 3. Equation is an equal to a plus n minus 1 into d. That is 99 is equal to 12 plus n minus 1 into 3. Taking 12 to the other side, 87 is equal to n minus 1 into 3. Take 3 to the other side, that is 87 by 3, which is 29 is equal to n minus 1. Or we have n minus 1 is equal to 29. N minus 1 is equal to 29. That is n is equal to 29 plus 1, which is 30. So the answer is, there are n number of terms in this series, right? That is, there are 30 number of terms in this AP. That is 99 is the 30th term of this particular AP. Or the straight answer to the question is that there are 30 two-digit number which is divisible by 3. Now let's move on to the last subtopic of the chapter, that is sum of first n terms of an AP. Do we have a general formula for finding the first, or to find the sum of first 100 terms of an AP, or to find the sum of 1000 terms of an AP? Yes, we do have a formula. Let's read it there in the same old way by considering an AP with first term A1, second term A2, third term A3, fourth term A4 till AN, where AN is the nth term of this AP. Let S denote the sum of first n terms of the AP, so that S is equal to A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A4 plus AN. This will be containing n terms, right? Since we have n number of terms in the AP. Now let us rewrite S as A1. Let us take it as A, so that A1 is equal to A, or A is the first term. Then A plus, let us write the second term as A plus D. Then let us rewrite A3 as A plus 2D. A3 will be an A plus, A4 will be A plus 3D. Plus, now we have the formula for writing the nth term of an AP, or AN, as A plus n minus 1 into D. Let this be equation number 1. Now what I am going to do is, I am rewriting the equation number 1 in the reverse order. That is, the last term will be coming as the first term. That is A plus n minus 1 into D. What will be the term that lies just before the nth term? It will be n minus 1th term. The expansion would be A plus n minus 2 into D plus etc. plus A plus 2D plus a plus b plus a. Let this be equation number 2. Now let's sum up equation 1 and 2. Equation 1 plus 2, that is s plus s is 2s is equal to, what is a plus n minus 1 into d? It is 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now a plus d plus a plus n minus 2 into d. It will be also 2a plus n minus 1 into d. If you have any confusion in this step about how a plus d plus a plus n minus 2 into d became 2a plus n minus 1 into d, just feel free to open the bracket and find the term, then etc. plus a plus n minus 1 into d plus a, which is also 2a plus n minus 1 into d. So you can see here that the same term 2a plus n minus 1 into d is repeating many times. Now the question is, how many times would this term be repeated here? Obviously there will be n terms, because from the first itself we have n terms in the AP, and so 2a plus n minus 1 into d would be also repeated n times. So we have 2s is equal to n times 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now taking 2 to the other side, we have s is equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. This is the equation for finding the sum of first n terms of an AP. Let this be equation number 3. I don't know if you guys remember, we have already named two equations as 1 and 2 previously. Now what I am going to do is, I am writing 2a separately as a plus a. So we have s is equal to n by 2 into a plus a, which is same as 2a plus n minus 1 into d. Now look at this one, a plus n minus 1 into d, which is the expansion for the nth term of an AP, or an. That is s is equal to n by 2 into a plus an. This is also an equation for finding the sum of first n terms. With if in the question you have the first term and the last term, so you can directly use this equation, or else just go for the direct equation. Also, if an AP is having n number of terms, then an will be the last term of an AP, which is denoted by small letter l. We can also rewrite an as l then. Remember, we can use this equation only when the first and the last term of an AP is given, or else we have to use the first equation itself. Now let's do a question. The question is, find the sum of first 20 positive numbers which is divisible by 3. The first positive number which is divisible by 3 is obviously 3, then it's 6, then it's 9, and so on. So now we here have an AP with first term a and common difference 3. Now we have two equations to find the sum. That is, the first equation is s equal to n by 2 into 2a plus n minus 1 into d. The other equation is s equal to n by 2 into a plus l. Here we have to use the first equation because the last term is not given. So we have s is equal to 20, which is already given in the question. That is, we have to find the first 20 positive numbers which is divisible by 3. then 20 by 2 into 2 into A. A is the first term, which is 3, plus N is 20 minus 1 into D is 3. If we solve this, we will get the answer as 630. That is, the sum of first 20 positive numbers, which is divisible by 3, is 630. So that's it, guys. That's all about the chapter arithmetic progression. I hope every one of you will try out the exercise as well as the example question given in the NCERT textbook. And please do give your valuable suggestions in the comment box below, and do subscribe our channel's tutors. Thank you.